let's get right to it. Y'all hit that like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you are not a member, and also hit those notifications as well. We on a late night tip. If you catch this a little bit later, man, just go ahead and replay everything. Be sure you're sharing this video so that everybody can get all of my videos, all of my content. And shouts out to the whole entire LDBC basketball and boxing. You know how we rocking. Um, and I want to give a shout out to all of my subs that have came aboard. I appreciate the love, the support. I really appreciate y'all um, for the growth of this channel. We not stopping. Um, I bit off for a while, but just picking things back up. Had a few people asking me what was going on and that sort of thing, but you get a lot of things that happen in your personal life or whatever, but can't let that stop me. But nevertheless, man, we still rocking and rolling. So let's talk about this, right? Now, Paul Pierce had made a statement and basically saying that SGA has more of a bag than Jordan. Okay, and it's sparked a lot of controversy, including uh, uh, Paul Pierce's soldier at war, friend, former teammate, all of that, and podcast par- podcast partner, can't talk, KG, aka the Big Ticket, and KG pretty much checked Paul Pierce, basically tell him, what I'm saying, TF out of here, get up out of here with that, disrespecting, MJ. Now, I'm riding with KG on this. Now, Paul Pierce might be doing this for shock value. I mean, he's ran into Jordan plenty of times and actually has got cooked. He's got cooked not only with MJ, you know what I'm saying, when he was, at his peak powers, but also he got cooked by Jordan when he was with the Wizards as well. So he had the opportunity of being blessed by Jordan. Now, here's the thing. What's up with it? Pull a podcast in the building. Make sure you sub to Pull a Podcast. Be sure to hit that like button when y'all come in here too, man. And share the video, get it up out here. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to grow, trying to get up in the algorithm. But definitely go sub to Pull a Podcast. It goes down over there. Now, look, let's get on this notion that Jordan did not have a bag. First and foremost, I want to say this, okay? And there's no need in getting all excited or anything like that. We late night tip. If Jordan didn't have the bag, like his quote unquote bag that everybody's talking about, then why is it that who many people consider the second best shooting guard, why did he pattern his game after Jordan and Kobe Bryant? Okay. Why did KG take stuff from MJ? And I'm talking about when I say take stuff, pattern their game, take different moves. I mean the one that came the closest is Kobe Bryant. Now D Wade, he played like a younger version of MJ, but that's because he grew up in Chicago. Every person, a lot of players, they took a lot of moves from Michael Jordan. Now, when we talk about a bag, everybody wants to talk about the crossover, what I'm saying, the hesitation move, things of that nature, uh, the bop 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 dribble. You know what I'm saying? Jordan did the in and out. Now, I'm gonna say this: Jordan was not the greatest ball handler in the world. He wasn't. Matter of fact, I see that as one of his flaws. But for that time, people got to understand that the shooting guard position, especially in the 90s, the shooting guard position, you didn't really dance with the rock like that. A shooting guard was basically they especially if you played, depending on where you played. Like if you played in Indiana and you played under Bob Knight, you couldn't be doing all that dribbling. For an example, if you played under certain coaches and stuff like that, and people got to understand where Jordan come from. He came from Dean Smith put a hold on Jordan because he had to play within the system. That's why I always said, and I know some people are gonna trip out when I say this, Jordan can be a system player, and he can adapt to the, and he can also play, freestyle, or just be a incredible individual player too as well. He could do both. That's what was great about him. But anyways, not to get off the subject, you said, "What's up, Brown Sugar? I see you in the building, sweet." You said, "Hey, man, yo, what the fuck is wrong with him? Be 3 for 15 for the field, stupid, lost the game the other day." We'll talk about that, man. But right now, we talking about this, BJ, man. But I've already talked about that. Actually, he went. It was like 4 for 21. But I've already said that. If you look at my post, I said that he might as well just go ahead and call it quit. And I've already told you about my feelings about Embiid. Okay, but we'll talk about it in a whole nother separate video. But to get back on Jordan, though, everybody picked from Jordan. Now, the shooting guard position is a lot different. Basketball right now is positionless. The way that it's positionless, everybody's handling the rock. I mean, you got 7 footers like KD, who plays like a guard, that can handle the rock, who's 7 foot. You got Victor Wembanyama, who can handle the rock, pull up and shoot. You understand what I mean? Jordan, um, he dribbled. If he needed to take it coast to coast, he would. Now, the year that he played point guard, he could have, he damn near filled up the stat sheet to the level of a triple double. You know what I'm saying? And if he wanted to play point guard, then he would do that. There's been times when he's had to do double duties. There's been times when he had to switch to the small forward. There's been times when he's had to get in the low post and play. There was a story one time. I don't know if y'all heard when Bobby Knight was coaching the Olympic team, and they didn't. They were like, "Hey, we need a center." They were like, "Well, play Jordan at center." That's what type of player that Jordan was. So to say that Jordan didn't have a bag, he did have a bag. He just didn't have the bag. He had the bag for his time, and he actually was ahead of his time. When we talk about raw athleticism, stuff like that, I don't really consider that a bag. That's just human nature. That's just something that you were blessed with. You know what I'm saying? And he was able to leap, what I'm saying, and sky over people. You know what I'm saying? He was doing shit that people had never seen. You know what I'm saying? Now they probably seen it like on the streets and stuff like that, but Jordan was taking it to a whole nother level. Or they seen it from like Dr. J or David Thompson, guys like that. But Jordan added his little flavor to it, just like Kobe eventually added his little flavor to it, just like Iverson added his little flavor to it. And just like now, everybody takes from everybody. You got Anthony Edwards. Who did he say that he was studying over the summer? BJ. Who did he say that he was studying over the summer? Brown Sugar. He said he was studying Kobe, and he was studying Jordan. I hope you're listening to me, and I hope you're listening to me good. He was doing film work on Jordan and Kobe. Why? Because he wanted to get his back to the basket game crisp. And on top of that, Jordan had gave him advice on how to elude double teams. And Jordan also said that he never faced one-on-one coverage. And you think they were playing drop coverage on Jordan? No, they weren't. Jordan was facing double, sometimes triple teams. So let that sink in. It was a different era. And on top of that, if you were like back then, if you were trying to, showboat and do all that other stuff, a lot of people would try to hurt you for doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't like stuff like that, especially in the era that he played. So when Iverson had crossed him up, and I witnessed it, you know what I'm saying? I watched that game, okay? And when I went to school the next morning, BJ knows what I'm talking about, and Brown Sugar definitely knows what I'm talking about because she lived on the East Coast. I was living in Virginia during that time. Everybody pretty much, because you either had Jordans or you had Chucks, which was the questions. We called them Chucks because of Bubba Chuck. Everybody was wearing the questions after Iverson had shook Jordan. But guess what? Iverson would tell you he watched Jordan growing up. So for everybody sitting up here saying that Jordan doesn't have a bag and he didn't have this and Shea Gilchrist Alexander doesn't have it, I'm gonna be real with you. Shea Gilchrist Alexander is relatively simple. He's simplified. Matter of fact, Shea Gilchrist Alexander reminds me more of Alex English more than anything because his game isn't all exciting and stuff like that. It's exciting because he's doing shit. You know what I'm saying? That we're on the verge of never ever seeing before, like being able to possibly repeat, get MVP again, get Finals MVP again, and on top of that, eclipse the Warriors' record of 73-9. You said he has the same build, perfect. Perfect. Oh, you probably make comparison. You put companion. Anthony Edwards should be the best player in the league. He just needs to improve his IQ. I'll get to that in a minute. I had the question. Blue and white. Yeah, favorite. Yeah. Listen. As far as Anthony Edwards' IQ, he's got an IQ, but he was moving entirely too fast. If that makes any sense. When you come in, like for instance, Anthony Edwards was going 100 miles an hour and jumping over people. You know what I'm saying? Attacking everybody. Now you see that he's trying to mix it up. Every year he's adding something. But I've always said this about Ant-Man. Yes, he can be the best player in the league, but you won't be the best player in the league. The best player in the league is SGA because he has the crown. And on top of that, until somebody beats him and knocks that crown off, like Kobe did to the other guards in terms of supremacy, like he did T-Mac, he can't be the best player in the league. That's why I don't have Luka as the best player in the league, regardless if he's leading the league in scoring and everything. Can you knock that guy off who has the crown? That's why they called Kobe Lord of the Rings at one point. They called him Lord of the Rings. And who called him Lord of the Rings? Paul Pierce, the same motherfucker that's sitting up here saying that SGA don't have no bag. And listen, I fuck with Paul Pierce. Matter of fact, we we had an that went to Old Dominion University, and Paul Pierce had a charity game in Virginia, and we had an opportunity to go there. So I fuck with Paul Pierce, and plus, we seen Paul Pierce with Baron Davis when he came down here to Texas. I done seen Baron Davis, Paul Pierce. They came down here. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. It's not odd for people. A lot of people don't understand, man. A lot of these players, they come down here and they play and they play and they fuck with the people. That's what I respect about Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce will play with regular people. B Diddy will play with regular people. LJ used to play with regular people. AI, he would play with regular people. AI would play outside and be dunking with ease. Brown Sugar know what I'm talking about. Everybody wanted to be like Iverson. Everybody. After at first it was Jordan, but if you knew that you wasn't gonna be 6'6" or 6'7" or something like that, but you were gonna be around 6 foot or something like that, your cousins and your family members are gonna tell you, oh, you ain't gonna be that tall. Iverson was who you wanted to be like, or Isaiah Thomas was who you wanted to be like. You said Luca isn't even in my top five. He better be in your top five. Shit, he better be in your top five. I mean, shit, hell, he getting ready to be 6-time All NBA. He better be. Don't do that Clippers bias, BJ. Shit, 31 point triple double. He's clutch. I mean, he shows up. Okay, yeah, he misses a couple of games. Of course, he had to go to Slovenia. All that shit, man. He just not. He ain't that at the top. Hell, I got him above Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Luca has proven that he could carry a team. I mean, they've been doing it without LeBron for the most part. LeBron just had a um, efficient game. Hell no, man. And on top of that, he made it to the Western Conference Finals without Kyrie. you give you give them Kyrie, guess what? They made it to the finals. You gotta have Luca in your top five, man. But that's your opinion. I ain't gonna hate on nobody's opinion. I'll pick him up. But SGA, he's got the crown right now. And I don't see nobody beating OKC. OKC is gonna repeat. If anybody wants to go ahead and bet, I'm taking bets. I got a bet going with Cypress TV. Shout out to him. We got a $50 bet going that says that they're gonna eclipse that 73-9 record, BJ. So if anybody want to take bets right now, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you. I'm a man of my word. This the LDBC. You know what I'm saying? You gotta keep your word around here. Your word is your bond. I'm not going to by this reason. SJ, Jokic, Tatum. Well, first off, Tatum is not playing. Tatum is not playing. Let's just get that out of the way. He injured right now. Okay. And then on top of that, Jokic, Jokic. Everybody wants to sit up here and say that, and I like Jokic. Don't get me wrong, stat stuffer and everything, but Jokic got plenty of help. You got monster games happening by Aaron Gordon. You got monster games happening by Jamal Murray, who should be an all-star by now. uh, Jamal Murray should be like at least a 3-time All Star by now. At least two-time All-Star. Matter of fact, there was some people that was comparing. I was one of them. I see a lot of Kobe with his ferociousness in Jamal Murray. I'm not saying that he plays exactly like him, but just his fierce competitive drive, man. But Jamal Murray had a lot of injuries and stuff like that. But to say the least, he had a lot of help. And on top of that, you see Michael Porter Jr. now, ever since he done left from, they used to kill Michael Porter Jr. You know what I'm saying? Talk about he couldn't do this. But what you didn't realize is that Michael Porter Jr. has superstar potential. And now he's averaging 25 points over there with Brooklyn. Although Brooklyn ain't doing all that good, but this guy just been on a surge. You know what I'm saying? But Jokic, yes, I understand that people got Jokic up there, but Jokic got a lot more help than what people realize. You know what I'm saying? Now we could say the same thing for SGA. You know, but the difference is SGA has proven that he could carry a team without the likes of Chet, without the likes of J Dub, and he was able to do it without them both last year. Remember, BJ? He carried a squad by himself, and he did it for what 19 games this year without J Dub, just him and Chet. Come on, man. But I and then Giannis. Giannis always plays at an MVP level, but Giannis Giannis starting to break down. I mean, that calf strain, BJ, that's a terrible sign. If he goes to New York, which I could probably see him going. I don't think he should go to. Now that we getting ready, let me talk about that because that's what I was getting ready to talk about too. I'm all over the place. It will not work in L.A. and it will not work in New York. And you said Luca over Jokic has a ring and makes it. Oh my goodness, man! Listen, man. His teammates make Jokic better. Jokic don't play no. Neither one of them play defense. But you see, BJ, I'm a defensive guy, man. I like a guy that plays both ends of the floor. SGA, he plays both ends of the floor. Uh, back in the days, let's go back in the days, way back in the time. Uh, Jordan played both ends of the floor. You understand what I mean? D Wade, regardless of how y'all feel about him off the floor, he played both ends of the floor. Kobe, don't even need to say that. He played both ends of the floor. You know what I'm saying? Like pure exhaustion. I mean, I like Jokic. He's going to fill up the stat sheet and everything, but Gordon is the one that plays defense. Um, Jamal Murray is a respectable defender. Michael Porter Jr., regardless of what people want to say, he played solid defense, especially on those backdoor cuts when they were killing the Lakers. So, I mean, we're talking about making teammates better. Luka makes his teammates better. Look at how Austin Reeves feeds off of Luka. Look at how DeAndre Ayton has came over there and resurged BJ and Brown Sugar. He has resurged his game. He looking like he looking almost like the DeAndre Jordan that was over there. I mean DeAndre Ayton that was over there in Phoenix. Almost, you know what I'm saying? But he's averaging what 15 and 9, I think it is. I would like to get it up to a double double, but he's been getting double doubles, you know what I'm saying, and been a solid rim protector, and he's been a lob threat. Look at him. He makes Jackson Hayes better. He makes Rui Hachimura better. He makes Gabe Vanderbilt better, who can't really shoot that well. Makes him better. You know what I'm saying? But Luca does shoot the ball a lot though, and can be very inefficient at times. That's the only knock on him, and he's turnover prone. Those are the knocks that I got on him. Luka has led the league in turnovers. He's led the league in turnovers along with the likes of Trey Young, your boy BJ. I know you love Young, but he turnover prone, and the Hawks are doing good without him. Luka plays one way all the way, bro. Why? We could say the same way about Jokic. Joker play one way. He all offense. He don't play defense. And I like Jokic. You know what I'm saying? He all off. Man, when a healthy Embiid destroys Jokic. You know what I'm saying? But he can't never stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, that's one of my reasons I got Jokic above Embiid. You know what I'm saying? Is because you can count on Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far if we're talking like fundamental wise and just skill set and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Okay, Embiid has the edge, just raw talent. But if we're just talking about just overall big man and stuff like that, Jokic, Jokic has the edge on him. Man, on top of that, he don't miss no games. But that's how a lot of them European players are. You know what I'm saying? Like Dirk couldn't play no defense, but guess what? Dirk was gonna shoot that shot. But Dirk could be very inefficient at times. But they don't talk about that shit. But it's not gonna work for Giannis in LA, and it's not gonna work in New York. The reason why it's not gonna work in New York, man. The reason why it's not gonna work in New York is because if Giannis goes to New York and he makes a mistake, the media's gonna kill him. The media's gonna destroy him. Uh, Same thing for LA. They're gonna pinpoint every single mistake, and he's gonna get the blame for it. When you're already in New York, you already got Brunson there. Uh, I don't know. We gotta see if they would do anything with Cat and all that. Well, most likely it'll probably be Cat and everything. But what I'm saying is, if you're not gonna be in a small market no more. Then on top of that, you gotta adapt to Mike Brown. Is and I fuck with Mike Brown, okay, but he's not an easy coach to adapt to, and people will tell you that. I fuck with Mike Brown. I like Mike Brown, man. What two-time coach of the year? Don't get me wrong. I fuck with Mike Brown, BJ Brown Sugar. Picking up the laptop, showing your ass. Mike Brown. Hey, Mike Brown bring out the nigga. You know what I'm saying at the press conference. Look, I'm showing your ass right. You know what I'm saying? Acting like brown sugar. You know what I'm saying? Talking to one of the kids. Look, can't you see? Like like BJ, like you trying to tutor your brother or your younger cousin or your sister, your son or something. Look, it's right there. You said Aiden was yeah, he was. Luke didn't do that, and Reed had his swagger already before Luke. Yeah, but he was inefficient. I mean, he got better every year, but he needed to hone his game. And I like Reeves because he went undrafted. I like his story. He went undrafted. Reeves reminds me a lot. If you go back and you go look how he plays, he reminds me a lot of Rick Barry. He got a lot of Rick Barry, a lot of old school to his game. But nah, Luca's that guy. Luka's that guy, man. I know you don't like him, BJ, because of all the Clipper battles and stuff like that, man. But Luka be doing work, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let this sink in. He James Harden can't carry shit and can't finish shit in the playoffs. Luka can now. That's up until he gets to the finals. Then, of course, the choke artist comes out, and then all the whining and stuff like that comes out of Luka when he got to the finals and stuff. But James Harden can't carry a team like Luka can. He can't finish like Luka can. I'm just giving you an example. Only one that could do that was Kawhi on your team, and he got to be healthy though. You know what I'm saying? He got to be fucking healthy. When Kawhi is healthy, he's either number one or top three in the league, depending on how you feel about it. I had him top of the league at one point because he had my personal preference of game, and like I said, I like both ends of the floor. But health is a big thing, man. That's what I appreciate about Giannis, but now he's starting to break down, man. It's like I've never seen him miss so many games, man. You know what I'm saying? And ever since he hyperextended, ever since he hyperextended his knee, BJ and Brown Sugar, you could kind of see little, I don't know, little signs here and there that it's kind of bothering him, man. He's starting to have trouble with his lower extremities. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, honestly, I didn't, man. I thought his career was gonna be derailed by that, man. The way he got it, he did that in the finals run. That was, ooh, I had to look away from the TV when that shit happened, man. And the messed up part about it is that he still wanted to walk. He still wanted to get out there and play. His brother was trying to hold him back, man. You said Jalen Brown. Uh, well, actually, it was a combination of Drew Holiday, Derek White. All of them put the clamps on Luca and Kyrie. Everything. Nah, that was an awesome defensive job, and I like the way that Jason Tatum played very good defense. Now, you want to talk about Tatum? Tatum, Tatum. A lot of people. What's his name? Who is Hendo? Will tell you this. Shout out to who is Hendo. He'll tell you this, BJ. Yes, Jalen Brown, he got the Finals MVP, but there was multiple people that could have got that Finals MVP that year. You know what I'm saying? And I fuck with Jalen Brown. But if you go look at the plus minus, guess who had the better plus minus? It was Jason Tatum, and on top of that, Jason Tatum was being a playmaker. Okay, he didn't shoot, as good as some people wanted him to. But I was proud of Jason Tatum because he did other things. He was getting rebounds. He was getting block shots. He was being a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? He did everything to get the win, and he kept his cool and kept his composure. And guess what? He got the win. I could care less about getting the Finals MVP. James Worthy, he got a Finals MVP. You know what I'm saying? Kareem got a Finals MVP. Magic got. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Guys that's on the team. Isaiah Thomas, yeah, he he had one, but guess who else had one? Joe Dumars did. You see what I'm saying? On the Golden State Warriors. Andre Iguodala got a Finals MVP. Of course, KD had one, had two. I think it was two of them, and then of course you had what you call it, Steph Curry, and then of course with the Spurs, Tony Parker got one in '07. Tim Duncan actually didn't have his best finals. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, the Finals MVP, it's not everything.
It's the Larry O'Brien that you want, not no NBA Cup trophy. You know what I'm saying? Not no damn all this stuff that they got. Look, nigga, give me the goddamn Larry O'Brien. That's what I want. I don't want nothing else. You would have given it to. I mean, yeah. I mean, everybody got their preference. I mean, Jalen Brown did play. He offensively, he played a good final. He did solid defensively too. But you got to think about Derek White. You got to think about. I don't think Pritchard gets enough credit. You got to think, and Drew Holiday. Hell, Drew Holiday would have got it. Drew Holiday did the equivalent of what Andre Iguodala did when Andre Iguodala put the clamps on several people, and of course LeBron. You know what I'm saying? But he took everybody expected Kyrie to do this and do that. Man, you had people talking about Kyrie everything. I mean, I had people up in here mad at me. Because I was like Kyrie, he played horrible. You know what I'm saying? But he ran into Drew Holiday. And a lot of people they get on Giannis about that because Giannis made a big mistake by going to the front office and doing all that stuff and getting mad at Drew Holiday and stuff because he made a mistake or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like what LeBron did to J.R. Smith and everything. Except he did it all out in the open and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But Drew Holiday could have got the Finals MVP, man. I got Luca 7 straight. All that motherfucker do. Oh man. I mean, look, man. That's just personal. That sounds personal. Okay. I'm talking about all business. You know what I'm saying on the floor, and uh, let's just call it what it is, man. I mean, who who who? The only people that I really can see stopping him in a one-on-one situation is J Dub. I could see Dyson Daniels getting on his nerves. Uh, let me see. Um, let's go. Derek White could get on his nerves. Could be a pest. I'm just talking about some people that could, because you're not gonna fully stop him. You know what I'm saying? But you could make his life a living hell. Uh, let me see. Ant Man, Ant Man could bother him because Ant Man is a slept on defender. I like Ant Man. I'm surprised you don't have Ant Man up there because Ant Man actually plays both ends of the floor. And matter of fact, I think the last 5 games, Ant Man has put up 30 or more. Matter of fact, he had 40 the previous night. You know, but look, man, Luca like I said, he does do his whining to the refs. He does do his fair share of whining, and that's one of the things that I don't like. Like I said, when he gets to the finals and everything, he start all that bitching, crying, and complaining and stuff like that. But you got Ant Man. Okay, you got Ant Man fifth. Okay, my bad, man. Okay, you got him fifth. All right. Well, yeah. See, like I said, you like me, BJ. I like guys that play both ends of the floor. However, I'm gonna say this though. Okay, Luca has stepped it up defensively. He's not gonna be. If you're looking for Luca to be a lockdown defender, you know, Dennis Rodman type, you know what I'm saying, Scottie Pippen, Michael Cooper, Alvin Robinson, all that shit. No, that's not gonna happen. If you thinking that he's gonna be the help defender that Larry Bird was, maybe he'll never be that. But I can appreciate the effort. You know what I'm saying? He JJ Redick, as much as I don't like him, he's brought something out of Luca. Jason Kidd, you could kind of see it a little bit. He tried to step it up a little bit, but Luca is in better shape than what he's been in the past. Of course, he had that weight loss and everything. And plus, BJ, you sitting up here cooking Luca, you need to be getting on Zion Williamson ass shit. As, as many games as he be missing, he be coming up in here talking about, yeah, I'm in great shape and everything. That's why they shopping for him now, Joe Dumars and them. That's why I appreciate. At least he want to get out there and he gets out there and play. You know what I'm saying? Did he low manage a little bit? Yeah, he did. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he had a bruise and shit like that. Now you got to play through that. But I mean, he ain't missing all them goddamn games like Zion is, knowing damn well Zion can play over there. Getting Willie Green fired and shit. You know what I'm saying? Who used to play for your squad? Willie Green played for the Clippers. hmm But nah, like I said, man, just to sum everything up, man. I wasn't gonna stay on here too long. Uh, it's not gonna work with Giannis in New York or LA. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, we got to think about the contracts that's involved or whatever. You got to fill that gap. Austin Reeves is what 15 mil. And he's most likely gonna get a payday. You got to fill that gap of about 41 mil or something like that. And then you got to think about you have a conundrum because you have LeBron at 53 mil over there. You know it's doable, but it's just I don't know, man. It's just a lot of things that they got to consider and stuff. And I don't think Milwaukee wants Austin Reeves like that. I don't think they want. I don't think they want Austin Reeves like that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and then when we talk about New York, he's gonna go over there. Like I said, he's gonna have to adapt to Mike Brown again. He got to learn how to play with Brunson, Nana Boy, and the rest of the crew over there. You know what I'm saying? Josh Hart and all them. You know what I'm saying? He got to learn how to play. Where everybody thinks that, oh yeah, it's gonna gel click right away, and it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Basketball is a game of rhythm, continuity, and chemistry, man. Zion needs to get out. Hell, he need to get out of the NBA. Shit. That motherfucker, man, he don't do shit, man. He don't do shit but eat Doritos and play PlayStation and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he'll like when Zion is healthy, he like LJ. That motherfucker like grandma mom, man. He enjoyable to watch. Like one Zion is one of the best finishers that I've seen in a long time because he can finish soft or that motherfucker can tear that motherfucker rim up. And he a lot of people don't know Zion efficient. He's efficient as hell. But BJ, pull up, man. Brown sugar. He lazy. You say you just woke up. Or you? Hey, what up, Stephen Green? Make sure y'all go sub to Stephen Green. You said Zion Boston is a good fit. Man, he gonna go over there. Joe Mazzulla ain't gonna put up with that. Man, I mean, you gonna bring up another Chris Stop Borgingas. You know what I'm saying? That's That's what Kristaps Porzingis was doing. He stayed hurt. He was getting hurt during the finals, was getting hurt, you know what I'm saying, during the playoffs and stuff like that. Man, nah, man. We need you on the floor ready to go. Now, if it's something catastrophic, you know what I'm saying, like, like what happened to Tatum or something like that, yeah, we understand. But damn, man, you every other day you got something going on, man. Like it's like Joel Embiid is being these dudes role model, Stephen Green and Pull Up and Brown Sugar. So like I said, man, I was just talking about Zion, just using him as an example though. But y'all make sure y'all go sub to my homie BJ over there at the Pull Up Podcast, man. It's all love with him, man. Um always fuck with BJ, man. He got a lot of knowledge. I like picking his brain. You know what I'm saying, about the game and stuff. And if you definitely want to learn more, because he not only fucks with the Clippers, he talks about everything. He talks about everything basketball. You know what I'm saying? And he talks about life too as well. You know what I'm saying? Real down to earth dude. That's my guy. Go sub to his channel, man, because you're definitely gonna be informed over there at the Pull Up Podcast. And go sub to my brother Stephen Green too as well. He's always gonna keep you informed on on the latest of what's happening in the world too. I appreciate Brown Sugar pulling up tonight. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit them notifications as well. Straight to the point. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC basketball and boxing. Until then, man, I'm out.